All right, getting ready to play the hot seat match, BENJIE versus Rich. And if you're not watching the World Series, you're crazy. Going into extra innings, the last couple innings have been nuts, and I can't stand baseball. So that should show you how good this game is. Looks like Rich won the lag. He'll be breaking. I missed the last match. I was a little focused in on this World Series. Looks like he made a ball, has a shot on the one. Not something he can really reach. I'm having internet issues, or the Dutch is, because this is pretty crazy. So I'm going to log back out and log back in probably. All right. He said it's too much of a reach and too hard of a shot to shoot with the bridge with no reward for shape. So he tries to play a safety. I'm sure he was trying to get behind the three, but even if he didn't, he just leave him side to side. Not really a whole lot of good shots here to be had. Goes for the bank. Boy, if he'd have made that bank, he'd have a game-winning opportunity here with that 210 carom. Rich got up there and got down super fast into that stroke. He's in a hurry for some reason tonight. Not sure why. All right. I know what he's looking at here. He might be waiting on somebody on table two. Looks like the two plays into that top left corner. Just a little bit of draw to stay to the center of the table for the three. Yeah. Just tried to kill it a little. Probably going to have to play the 7-9 combo if he gets there. 5 to the 6 is going to be the shot. I mean, it'd probably be best if he left himself an angle, kind of like what the 4, where the 4 is now. Maybe even a little bit more of an angle. Oh, he's going to try to. I don't know if he's going to try to go 4 rail shape and try to come between the 10-6 into here. Yeah, he underhit that a lot. That's what he was trying to do. I liked leaving myself some angle and having the cue ball with some low left coming off this direction. It leaves you a huge spot here to play shape to. But play smart, get safe, leaving Rich a 2-rail kick to the side. Oh, he's going to 2-rail kick the other way. Try to pocket this ball in that corner pocket. The 6 ball is pretty big coming this direction. And he's just playing 1 rail with some English. And he missed it completely. I'm assuming BENJIE's going to play to the 7-9 combo. But he has an option to play below it down over here and play this 7 into the side or the corner. I would expect him to play to the combo, though. Yeah, he's leaving himself some angle to play the combo. And went a little far. He can still make it work, though. He can even run into the 10 ball if he wants to. Yep. Yeah, come up a little short here. Still pretty easy. His tangent line, though, depends what he's going to do with it. Can come down towards this direction here, so just got to be careful. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's got to be careful of that corner. Shooting fast, didn't really take that into account. That's one of them where he needed to probably just play the same cut, just put a little bit of right hand English so that when it comes off this rail, it extends this way. Just take that completely out of there. He's cutting the 10 so thin it's not going to spin off towards the side because it's not enough to grab. But once it catches that rail, it'll grab and go. But Rich gets a free one there. Benji breaking. Benji dry breaks. Rich decides to start with a safety. Benji's going to be able to get a pretty easy hit here, but as far as getting cover, he's going to try to get that 10 ball to block it. No, he played it with speed. He was trying to play the 10. Oh, he's going to get some love too. Gives Rich a little bump there. Got away with one. Rich going to try to jump this. The only problem with jumping this or kicking it or anything is no matter what you do, if you pocket the 1, you're not going to really have any offensive shots other than kicking, jumping, or just trying to play safety off the 2. But he just wants to make sure and get a good hit here. Might even be good not to pocket the 1, but try to get some distance between the 1 and the cue ball. Yeah, that's not. Oh, I was going to say that might work with the 8 ball there. Yeah, he's probably going to play a safety here. Just lock him down behind the 4. Oh, he went for it. Guess he just assumed that he'd be getting a little two-way there, but he's giving Rich a chance here. If Rich can see the edge of this 3 ball, he can get safe, or he can even kick and stick safe. Yeah, he can see the edge of it. Yeah, that's why the 2 ways are just, if they're built in, it's one thing, but I don't like doing the 2 ways. Definitely not very often. There's a rare time for it. He could have easily locked Rich down on the backside of that 4 and probably got ball in hand or something like that. But at the same time, he knows how good Rich kicks and jumps, so he probably just assumed that Rich would probably still not give him ball in hand. So going airborne. Yeah, I didn't see it. Let's see if we can see a replay there. All right, what happened? He's jumping. Oh, he clips the 10 going over it just a little bit. Yep. Pretty decent jump other than that. See it. But getting another chance here. Well, that replay didn't get to really see what BENJIE did wrong there. Oh, Rich is giving it right back. All right. BENJIE should be out here. It's pretty standard, easy table. As I said, he comes up short, so he needs to play the 6 with a little bit of speed and come off this end rail and back out. Oh, 10 ball is going to get him. Maybe not. So I can tell you, playing that 6 in the side, or into the side, I would have played right hand English to get that cue ball to come more like this. I don't know if he left Rich a shot here. Yeah, he's going to have to try kicking it in. I'm not sure it even kicks in clean either. Has to just miss the 8 ball. Probably going to have to go off that rail a little bit so he can't hit it hard. He caught it first. BENJIE gets another chance. So many chances here. Come up short. You can play this with a bunch of left-hand English. Yeah. Just pocket the ball and hold it to the center. It's a little bit like the last match that I commentated. Rich and Brandon were in. They had a couple games that just had like tons and tons of innings in them. Oh, good bump on the 10. Even if he didn't hit the 10, he's still going to play the 10 in this side or the corner, bottom left corner, but got a good bump. Taking a 2-0 lead. I'm sure BENJIE's pretty frustrated there. He's way too good of a player to not get out with a couple of those racks or a couple of those opportunities. He's made some mistakes he doesn't normally make. Last thing you want to do is give Rich a little bit of confidence either, because once he gets dialed in and gets a little bit of confidence in a match, he can start coming on strong. That's for sure. And he jumps the cue ball off the table right after I get done saying that. Makes 2 balls, but gives BENJIE ball in hand. BENJIE will play the 1 in this bottom right-hand corner, and he'll probably just draw back here for the 2. It's pretty standard from there. I don't know if the 8 plays past the 10 or not into the corner. It looks like it does. 4 to the 5 looks like the problem. It's got to get the correct side of the 4 to make it so that it's not extremely difficult. And then the 8 ball. It doesn't seem like too difficult of a rack to figure out right now. But both these guys are probably a little frustrated with all the mistakes they made in the last couple games, so sometimes that's mentally hard to handle. This is one of the big shots of the rack right here. It's getting shaped to the 4. Yeah, he was trying to get so good on the 4 he did this. But I'll tell you right now, BENJIE's one of the best jumpers I know. Jumps like an animal, so won't be surprised if he makes this. Gets to the. I just need to stop. Commentator's curse is killing everybody right now. Usually jumps very, very good. Leave himself a little angle. Oops. Play the 4 down this way. He could even draw to the side row if he wanted to. Kind of preference thing there, but yeah, as I say, but it's easy just to drift down this way. He's just going to play off, come this direction. He wants to come past the side. Yeah, just like that. He wanted to get a little bounce because when he draws back to play the 8 into that top left corner, he doesn't want to be stuck on the rail. He doesn't want to do too much here. He'd be better to be on the rail than force something and miss the 6. It's not bad. He would rather overdraw than underdraw instead of running down into the 10 ball from the rail because it's hard to control that. He can just cut this ball in. The cue ball might come off this direction, but that's not bad at all. Or even more, he hit it pretty thick, but yeah, just as long as he gets a shot at the 10, he'll be good. Takes a 3-0 lead. Games have definitely been a lot closer than that, though. Hasn't been pretty, but doesn't have to be to win games. BENJIE's break. See if he can keep his composure and put together a good rack here. Be back in the match. It's plenty good enough to win 3 or 4 in a row, so definitely don't want to be in give-up mode. Hands in the air with some frustration. Last thing you want to do is dry break when your opponent's on the hill, but the good news is it's not a pretty table. I mean, Rich can play the combo. I don't like it, though. I mean, there's no reason he can't just play safety here. Yep, if I was going to take him out of that. Yeah, I felt like a safety. I mean, BENJIE's frustrated, not getting out. 2's in a bad spot. Play the 1 off this direction. Play the cue ball down to the end rail and back onto the 9. Just maintain control. Just don't want to give anything away at this point. This is one of those spots where you got your opponent down. You just want to keep your foot on their throat. You don't want to give them options, you know. We're just going to try kicking this direction at it. I'm trying to come off and hit the 1 so that it banks straight across. Leave my lines up there, see how well they do. Oh, came up short. Good hit, though. Giving BENJIE a chance here. Oof. I was trying to figure this out. He's not worried about pocketing the 2. The only way the 2 gets tough to pocket is if he's trying to figure out what to do with the 3 ball next. He has to try to develop the 3 somehow. Yeah. Just bank it in. Overbanked it. But didn't really leave Rich much of a shot. Do not be surprised if Rich plays that 3 off like this and rolls the cue ball down right into here. Hooks him on the point. It's a good little safety. Not a lot of people do, but you can use this point and gets cue ball on it. It's just a speed control, and just center ball and just speed control to get to the point. He uses the 5 instead. Leaves BENJIE a pretty easy escape there. That playing it to the point isn't a very common thing, especially when you have other balls on the table you can block it with, because it's easy to scratch, but that's definitely in Rich's wheelhouse. So I thought that might come out right there. Yeah. Let's see if he gets cover. I don't think he's gonna. Might be difficult to cut. And Rich gets up there and gets right down into his stroke. Yeah, now he takes a second. Yeah, I didn't like trying to cut that ball. Seemed difficult. He didn't seem like he was too confident in it either. Yet again, BENJIE has a really good chance here. Got a good table. His opening shot just comes out. He's going to try banking this 4 ball, but it's pretty natural. But he just overhit that 3 ball by, he could have hit it a foot, 2, 3 foot less. It would have been good. Yeah, that one there might cost him if Rich takes his time here. Everything's pretty natural here. You can always tell when Rich is not comfortable, whether it's from frustration or he can just feel a little off or something with his game, because his pace of play is off. His pre-shot is off. It's a good shot, BENJIE. It's a good little safety, a little touch shot. You'll see Rich walking up to the table after BENJIE misses, and he walks up there, and as soon as he's getting to the table, he's getting down to shoot. And that's, he's not walking around looking at the angles. He's not looking at any of that kind of stuff. And, and then he gets down, and there's a few times he's kind of stood up to double check, but he doesn't really move his feet, kind of stays in the same spot, just kind of leans up, looks around, and gets back down. And that's not doing any of his pre-shot the way he should be. And he's usually pretty good. When he's in stroke, he's doing his pre-shot pretty consistent. So a little telltale sign where you can tell he's off. And BENJIE's going to fire at this bank. What's this shape going to be like for the 7, though? Yeah, I didn't like it. He's leaving Rich a chance here. When I feel like he could have backbanked the 6 and brought the cue ball up table this direction. And if he made the 6, great. He'd have a shot at the 7. It's one of those 2 ways we talk about. And if he didn't make the 6 would probably come off and be near this end rail. And leaving Rich no good shot with distance. Looks like it might work out anyways, though. Rich is going to try to play the cross bank or the back bank into this bottom side. Both these guys struggling. But when they're both struggling like this, Rich has got the advantages because he's got such a big lead already and he's on the hill. Makes it tough. Yep. And scratches. Wow. All right, Benji gets on the board 3-1. It'll be Rich's break. I thought it was Rich's break. I thought Rich broke first. I might be wrong. So I can tell you that's one thing that's going to frustrate Rich when he looks back is this was not Benji's break. Rich should have been breaking. Benji broke 2 in a row. And this should have been Rich's break, but instead Benji breaking runs. Oh, and he hangs the 10. Wow. That's crazy. I guess it doesn't matter. Rich wins at 4-1. Wow, crazy turn of events there, huh? Benji breaking runs a rack that shouldn't have even been his break, and then hangs the 10 ball, losing the match. So I guess we'll see which match gets thrown up here next. See if I can jump on and commentate it. See you then if I do.